welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video that's kind of just going to be me talking, telling you my situation in life. I haven't been uploading as many videos as I'd like to be, just because I'm a little busy with going to school and working and everything like that, so I just wanted to kind of update you guys on what's going on. I do plan on filming a video and it should be up within the next 2 days. So anyways, the reason why you guys are here, yes, I technically work at Ulta and Sephora, but I'm trying to drift away from Ulta and go to just Sephora. It is nothing towards Ulta. I have nothing bad to say about the brand as a whole. It's just my store, I felt like there was kind of a disconnect between the people who work there and the makeup, and I wanted to work somewhere where it's more focused on makeup, not just making sales, where people actually care about the makeup and not just making a sale. My Ulta staff that I worked with was real friendly for the most part. There was no one that I didn't really get along with or anything like that. Everyone was really nice to me, really welcoming, everything like that. I didn't work there for long. I only worked there for a few weeks before I'm in the process of leaving right now. And transferring over to Sephora. I did have my first day at Sephora, which was real fun, and I'm gonna tell you guys about that in a minute. But I just kind of wanted to make like a pros and cons list of both jobs. Wait, before I start, can we talk about my highlight for a second? Just for 1 second. Can we just like... Alright, so I went ahead and I made a list of the pros and cons of working at both places, just in case you were wondering on which one you wanted to work at, or wondering if you wanted to work at any of them at all. I'm here to give you the tea so you can find out which one you want to work at. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go by store. I'm going to do Ulta first. I'm going to say the pros and cons of working there, and then I'll do Sephora, and I'm going to do the pros and cons of working there. And if you only wanted to watch the Sephora part or only wanted to watch the Ulta part, I will leave in the description below the time when I start talking about each one. So if you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can just go ahead and skip to it. Alright, so some pros about working at Ulta is that you get a 25% off discount, and that goes for everything in the store, so you get a pretty big discount, especially on items more like hair dryers, flat irons, things like that, because of the fact that Ulta does sell hair stuff and a lot more expensive things, even though Sephora does sell expensive things too, obviously. They sell other things, not just makeup and stuff like that, so you will get discounts on all those things like that. Another pro is that Ulta is really big, well, at least my store, at least I can't speak for all of the Ultas, but I'm only speaking for my store. They are really big on like praising the people who work there. They like to recognize people, and they're always looking for new ways to recognize people for things that they've done, and looking for new people to recognize, so I think that's really good. Another pro is that their reward system is really good. And obviously, if you work somewhere, you're going to buy a lot of things from there. I personally do think that Ulta's reward system is better than Sephora's, versus like at Sephora's, whenever you get points, all you do is you get samples of items, or like travel size items or trips, things like that. With Ulta's reward system, every time you get 100 points, you get $3 off of your purchase. So your points essentially turn into money being taken off of your purchases, and I think that's a really cool thing to have, especially for someone who is, you know, trying to save money and things like that. I think that's really cool. So if you definitely didn't know that about Ulta, you should definitely sign up for their reward system. Another thing that I do think is a pro about working at Ulta is that vendors are there a lot. If you don't know what a vendor is someone who comes from a company to your store. Whether you work at Sephora or Ulta, they both have vendors. They come to your store to teach you about new products that are coming out, or just to see how, you know, their brand is doing at your store, just to get information, things like that. Whenever a vendor comes to your store, at least this is the way at Ulta, if you go up to them, you can help them sell items, or ask them about new items, learn more things about their brand, things like that. And chances are, if they like you and you get on their good side and you help them out and things like that, they will give you gratis. And if you don't know what gratis is, it's free makeup that you get from vendors. Vendors are essentially the ones who give your job the makeup to give to you as gratis. And you get those items whenever you are doing well, you're learning about the product, blah, blah. And the point of gratis is not just to give you free makeup, just to be like, you know, oh, I got free makeup. The point of it is so you can wear it, and so that way you can help sell it, essentially. And you can learn more about the product, see if you like it or not. Whenever people come in, if they want to buy that product, you have more knowledge on it because you personally used it yourself. So that's the real reason for gratis. One con that I do have is that And again, this is just my store. This doesn't go for Ulta as a brand. This doesn't go for, you know, any other Ultas. All Ultas are run differently. I mean, they're run essentially the same, but managers, you know, can make different rules, things like that. So, at our Ulta, whenever you're wearing a makeup product, say you were wearing a Fenty lip gloss, for instance, okay? Obviously, Fenty is not sold at Ulta, but if someone asks you what lip gloss are you wearing, you have to lie and say that, and they don't like to use the word that you're lying. I don't know. They make you say that you are wearing something sold at Sephora. So say you're wearing the Fenty one, like I said, you'd be like, oh, this is a Anastasia lip gloss, and then you would go over to the lip glosses and you would show them a lip gloss and be like, this is the one that I'm wearing right now. Or say someone liked your eyeshadow and you were wearing the Too Faced's Peaches and Cream one. They don't sell that at Ulta, so you'd have to lie and say, oh, I'm wearing the Sweet Peach one, blah, 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 or I'm wearing the Modern Renaissance, you know, whatever. So I didn't really like that much. I didn't really feel comfortable lying to people. So I usually just try to avoid those situations, or if someone did ask me, I just told them the truth, even though I could get in trouble for it. I don't think it's worth it to lie to people. Yeah, so I didn't like that. Another con is that, and again, this is just my Ulta. Everything that I say is just my Ulta. I don't know if the other Ultas are like that too, because I've only worked at one store. I have never worked somewhere that was so unorganized. Everything was real unorganized. Like for the first days that I worked, I didn't even clock in or out. I had to go sign off on my time. There, you just walk in and it's always chaos, and it's just, I don't really know. Nobody really knows what they're doing, but everyone does know what they're doing at the same time. Everyone's just kind of like walking around doing things, and I don't know. I just find it to be a little chaotic and a little like whenever you leave, you kind of need a breather, and it's not because of like the store or anything. It's just the way it's ran. I feel like it's a little crazy. A little crazy. So another thing that I have on here too is that at Ulta there is no training. So my store basically, the manager explained to us that there's not enough money in her payroll for training, so we just have to go for it and go on the floor. My first day there was actually a Christmas party, just coincidentally, and a vendor from Too Faced and Bare Minerals and NARS came. And so we got to learn about all those products. We got gratis that day, and it was really fun. And then my next day that I worked, it was completely, it was crazy. The first day that I worked there, I shadowed someone on the cash register for like 10 minutes, and then she was like, all right, on your own, done. And it was just up to me to figure it out myself, and it was crazy. I don't know. There's no training there, so it's just kind of like you sink or you swim. It's up to you. Another thing that I have is that, so at Ulta, I'm pretty sure there's a way that you can apply for a prestige job there. And what a prestige job there is, obviously Ulta sells drugstore makeup and high-end makeup and hair products and nail stuff and, you know, things like that. So prestige is the people who work in the area where they have all of the prestige brands, you know, Too Faced, Benefit, By the Benefit, Brow Bar, all those things like that. They work on that side of the store. So that side of the store is kind of like the elite side of the store. If you're not in prestige, you're not allowed over there. You can't go there unless you're doing like go backs, which is like things at the register that you have to put back, or like returns, things like that. Returns that are sellable, because most returns are not sellable. But things like that, then you would be able to go over there, but you can't stay there. You have to just put the item back and then come back to your section, or go walk around in the drugstore section or the hair care thing. So I didn't like the fact that they made it like they were like a higher tier than us, because I was just, you know, I worked on the register and I, you know, walked around in like the drugstore makeup, things like that. It's called floating the store. So I was allowed to float the store, but I wasn't allowed to float in prestige. So I don't know. And so I'm pretty sure you can join the team. When you join, you can start off there, but you probably have to have lots of experience or some kind of qualifications or something, because for the most part, when you join Ulta, you have to start at the register and then you work your way up. They I forgot the name for it that they call, I don't even remember, but you have to start there and work your way up. And I think that's kind of stupid, because I'm no way am a makeup, I had the hiccups, I'm so sorry, but I in no way am a makeup artist or anything like that, and I don't claim to be. But for people who really are makeup artists and things like that, what if they come in and want to join the team and things like that, and then they put them on the cash register? I just feel like that's not fair. I don't think that you should be labeled like that, especially with a word like prestige. Even though they are higher end brands and it is prestige brands, I don't think that they should be called prestige workers and we're just registered people. I don't know, I just don't find that right. And one more thing that I didn't like about Ulta was that there was no real uniform. All you had to do was wear all black, but since it isn't the holiday time right now, you can wear either mint green, pink, gray, or black. Yeah, that's what you can wear now, but like besides holiday time, the uniform is only all black. So it's kind of, I don't know, it doesn't make you feel special. You don't have a uniform. I didn't even get a name tag till like my 3rd day there, and you wear like this lanyard thing, but that's the only thing really you have, and you can't even take that home with you, so there's no way to be like, oh, I work, you can't even show it off, you know, so I didn't really like that. Alright, so that's everything that I have for Ulta. I hope to help you out with things like that, so I'm going to move on to Sephora. Alright, so I'm going to do the pros first, just like I did with Ulta. So some of the pros is that gratis. Okay, so I already explained to you what gratis is and vendors and everything like that, but at Sephora, just because of the fact that it's more focused on makeup and it's a bigger store and things like that, there is more gratis, there is more vendors, things like that, so you do get that way more often and you do get more of it and higher or better brands. I don't want to say better brands, just better items in general. Where like also like the gratis that I got was like eyeliners, things like that, where at Sephora, I've never personally, not yet, have gotten like a big item of gratis at Sephora, but I've heard that you get like, you know, full-size foundations, like really nice lipsticks, like things like that. And I mean, I'm not working there to get free makeup or anything, but you know, it's always nice. It's always nice. And more vendors do come to Sephora. On my first day there, someone was there from I don't remember where they were from, but it was from some skincare brand, and I think that's cool that people come from, you know, skincare, fragrance, makeup, things like that. I like that. And then the other pro is the uniform. Duh! It's such an unflattering uniform, but it's such a symbolic uniform that when you see it, you're like, I am Sephora. Like, you know, you can walk past someone and they're like, oh my god, that girl works at Sephora. And like, I'm not trying to sound like, you know, like stuck up or anything, because in no means that I am. I just think it's cool to, you know, wear the uniform, you feel cool, you're like, ooh, I'm a Sephora girl now. I don't know. I could be crazy. I could be the only one that feels this way, but that's just how I feel. Just the fun facts for you guys. Y'all know how the Sephora symbol is like this kind of thing like this? Did y'all know that that is not an S for Sephora? I thought it was an S for Sephora. It's actually a flame. So, I was lied to. Another pro is they do this as well as Ulta does. Like I already explained, they celebrate people. I'm not going to go into this too much. They like to celebrate people. They have like employee of the week, employee of the month, things like that. They have like charts all in the back of like every time people get good like comments, they print them out, they hang them up, things like that. So I think that's really cool. I like when jobs recognize people for doing hard work, because I feel like there's a lot of people who work at jobs and they do so much hard work. I feel like there's two kinds of people who work at jobs. There's the people who do nothing and somehow get away with it, and then there's the people who work their asses off for themselves and for other people, and I really like when those people get recognized because I feel like they deserve it. Alright, so another pro is that the technology. Okay, so I think Sephora's technology is the coolest thing ever. They have so much technology, and I'm sure if you've been inside Sephora lately, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So they have these things, and they're like color matching machines. I don't even know what they're called, color IQ things. So you can like take it, you scan someone's face with it, and it'll tell you like what shade they need in foundation. It'll tell you if their skin's dry, oily, what kind of foundation would be best for them, and it pulls up a list. And I think that is the coolest thing ever, especially for someone who's new to makeup and they don't know what kind of foundation they want. I mean, I'm sure for the most part someone can match their shade, but for someone who doesn't know if they need if someone doesn't know if they need a matte foundation or a dewy foundation, I feel like that's a really cool piece of technology. Another thing that they have, and you can also link that to your account, by the way, if you don't know that. If you wanted to go to Sephora and get your color match, they can link it to your account, so that way if you buy things online, you can already know what your shade is going to be in that color because of your color IQ. You get a little code, like, not a code, it's like a 4-digit thing, it's like letters and numbers, and that is like what your color IQ is, and so you can enter that in and it'll tell you online. Alright, so and then another thing they have is the fragrance IQ. It's like this thing on the fragrance wall, and you can take a little quiz. Like, say you're looking for a perfume, you don't know what kind of perfume you want, or you know what kind of lotion you want, you just enter in, you know, do a little quiz, and it'll pull up a list of things that they think would be nice for you. So say you found one, since my name is Chloe, say you found the Chloe perfume, and you were like, oh, this smells good, but I wish it was a little different, they have an option on the Fragrance IQ to select things that smell like this, and you can see a whole entire list of things that smell similar but aren't the same. So I think that's really cool, especially for someone like me who's real picky with what kind of fragrances they wear, and it's really hard for me to find new fragrances. I just wear the same ones all the time because I never experiment with new ones. Victoria's Secret Tease is like my go-to. I'm done. I actually have one from New York & Company. It's called Blossom. I really like that one too, but I'm almost out of it, so I've kind of like, you know, held off on it because I want to save it, but I really like that one too. And one more thing that they have, the piece of technology, is the it's by the skincare stuff. It's another little machine thing, and you can go inside the thing, you can fill things out, look at whatever you want, and say you wanted to get a sample of a Clinique moisturizer. You just let someone know, they'll give you the Clinique moisturizer sample. For those of you who don't know, you can get samples of everything from Sephora except for like mascaras and like things with a pencil. Anything that you can like squirt or take out of, you know, anything like that, I don't know. Like, you know, foundations, concealers, primers, moisturizers, things like that. You can get samples of all that kind of stuff. And whenever you get a sample of like a skincare item, they have a little machine back there that it prints out a little receipt, and it tells you all the details of the product, and they'll tape it to it for you, and it'll tell you like the name of the product, everything about it, how much it costs, the, like, you know, whatever you want to have on it, it'll print out a little receipt for you. So I think that's really cool, because I've gotten samples from Sephora before and I'm like, what is this? I don't even remember what it is, or like, I know what it is, but I forgot the name of it, you know, things like that. So I think that's really cool that they do that. Another cool thing about working at Sephora is, so my local Sephora is inside of a mall. So we get a discount everywhere in the mall because you work at Sephora. It's the mall discount. You get 10% off. So I think that's real cool. Like in the food court, say you want to go get Cane's or something. For those of you who don't know what Cane's is, because you don't live in the South, you're missing out. You're missing out. But yeah, so if you want to go get Cane's or something, you'll get 10% off, which I think is real cool. Alright, and I only have a few, but I do have some cons about working at Sephora. One of the biggest cons for me is that you can't accessorize. Well, you can accessorize, but there's limitations. With necklaces, it can only be to like right here with necklaces. You can't wear long necklaces. You can only have stud earrings. You can't wear socks. Now, this is gonna sound crazy, but for me that's a big deal because I wear crazy socks every day of my life. Like at my school, I'm known for my socks, and my friend actually just got us little Christmas socks. I'm wearing them right now. But I really like socks, and I love to wear high socks over my pants, and I love to accessorize that way, and I can't, so I'm a little emotional about that. But that's just like a me thing. That's not like a make it or break it thing for most people. That's just a me thing. Alright, so another thing, and I don't necessarily want to call this a con because I can't really fault the brand for doing this, but it's just kind of upsetting. You're not allowed to use your discount for family or friends. If they see any kind of suspicious activity, they report it. Like say you were to purchase something with your, like, you know, your VIB account, and you were using a different credit card other than your own, they would see that and they would like report it, and then you would get in trouble for it, if not fired. You can't use your discount on anyone but yourself. They're real serious about all that kind of stuff like that, and they're real serious about theft. I mean, obviously theft is wrong regardless, but they're real serious about theft, things like that. So if you're ever trying to steal from Sephora, just don't, because it's a big thing. Anytime anyone steals from Sephora, they do like an investigation, like they do all kinds of crazy stuff. They know your face, they save it back there. So don't be stupid. They know. Even if you don't think they know, they know. One more thing, this isn't really a con, it just kind of sucks. You only get a 20% discount, whereas at Ulta you get a 25% discount. I mean, that's not really a big deal, but just wanted to let you know. That was all I have for you. I hope that helped you guys out with making your decision on if you wanted to work at Sephora or Ulta, or, well, you can't work at both, so that's obviously why. You have to pick one or the other. It's just a conflict of interest. It's nothing about the brands not liking each other or anything like that. It's just obviously a conflict of interest. That would be like you working at Walgreens and CVS. You obviously can't do that. You gotta pick one. So I went with Sephora for not just the reasons that I listed. I just feel like Sephora is a more well-known brand. They're more focused on makeup, and if I really did decide to start a career in this, I mean, obviously I go to cosmetology school, so my career is going to be in the beauty industry. I feel like Sephora will really help me get my name out there more than Ulta will. Ulta's not really the kind of place where it'll help you broaden your horizons in the beauty world. I feel like I can get a lot of opportunity from Sephora, and I'm really excited to continue to work there. I haven't worked long there, only like a week or two now, but I'm really excited to continue my journey there, and I will definitely keep you guys updated through my whole journey there. And yeah, I'm real excited about it, and that's all really I have to say. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this crappy little video. Sorry for the lighting, sorry for everything. I will have that video up within the next 2 days. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like the video. If you guys work at Sephora or Ulta, comment if your store does anything differently, or you have any thoughts, or think I'm wrong or think I'm right, or have anything else to add to this. Comment that down below and let me know what you guys think. If you guys like when I do talking videos like this of me just blabbing the whole time, let me know that as well. Or if you guys would want to see me do something different, let me know that. Just let me know everything. Alright, thanks guys for watching so much. See you later. Bye.